Can you believe that Waialae-Kahala crushed all their neighborhoods here on Oahu for condo sales and appreciation this past month? But before we dive into that, we're going to talk about the single family homes. This is David Buck with Harcourt's Island Real Estate. And today we're going to talk about the local market update for homes and condos on Oahu for May of 2026. So first off, for the single family homes, Moanalua to Salt Lake saw the largest increase in sales year over year. That was up 133%. That was going from 3 transactions in May of 2025 to 7 transactions this past month. Next, we're going to talk about which neighborhood in Oahu saw the largest increase in median sales price year over year for single family homes. But before we dive into which neighborhood on Oahu saw the largest appreciation for home value in May, we're going to talk about the overall home sale trends. Little spoiler behind me. We'll get to that in a second. But as far as home sales go across Oahu, there's 21 major neighborhoods here on Oahu that the Honolulu Board of Realtors reports on, and 9 of those saw a decrease in home sales year over year. One of them was flat, and the remaining 11 neighborhoods, so the majority of the neighborhoods, saw increases in home sales, which is obviously great for home sellers. Now, next up, we're going to talk about appreciation, as I said, and the North Shore of Oahu saw the largest appreciation year over year, and that was up 32%. That was going from $1,290,500 a year ago to $1.7 million this past month. Now let's dive into the condos. Now, as I started this off, I talked about Waialae-Kahala crushing all of their neighborhoods on Oahu. Hopefully that got your attention. But yeah, it was definitely the outlier this past month. But as far as condo sales go on Oahu, there was actually a tie between Diamond Head to Kapahulu and basically Waialae-Kahala. Those are two kind of sister neighborhoods in a sense, geographically located in southern eastern part of the island. And so Waialae-Kahala and Diamond Head had a 100% increase in sales year over year. And Diamond Head went from 5 to 10 transactions, and Waialae-Kahala went from 2 to 4 transactions, which is a 100% increase in each. But as far as the median sales price increase goes year over year, Waialae-Kahala also was a front runner in that category. But before we dive into the condo appreciation here on Oahu, let's talk about the overall sales. As I mentioned earlier, there are 21 major neighborhoods that the Honolulu Board of Realtors reports on. And of those, we saw transaction volume down in 10 of those neighborhoods. They were flat in 3, and they're up in 8. So the majority of the neighborhoods, or almost the majority, as far as a momentum goes, we saw a dip in sales. But that's actually a step in the right direction in the sense that that 10 out of 21 neighborhoods was significantly higher over this past year. And I did a video about how the condo market might be turning here on Oahu, and I'll post a link to that. But now let's talk about condo appreciation here on Oahu. Once again, Waialae-Kahala started the largest appreciation from May of 25 to this past month. And there we saw, and Waialae-Kahala saw a 66% increase in median sales price. That was the highest of any neighborhood on Oahu. And that was going from $555,000 a year ago to $922,500 this past month. That's a significant increase, obviously. I have got my speculation as to why that might happen. Sometimes we have lower condo sales that take place in Kahala Beach. And the reason I want to talk about Kahala Beach right now is we're heading into July of 2026, and there's literally only 1 year left on the land lease for Kahala Beach Apartments. So those owners, in theory, unless something miraculous happens, is going to have to hand over the keys to Kamehameha Schools a year from now. They may have an option to extend, not necessarily extend the land lease nor purchase it, which Kamehameha Schools have been very clear about, but they may have an option like first right of refusal to kind of just rent their property that they already own. But yeah, once again, that's why these things are trading for so little. If you see these online, they're going for like under $100,000 because you got to be prepared to walk away from them come, summer of 2027. So with that said, if you have specific questions about condo buildings here on Oahu, specific neighborhoods, my name is David Buck with Harcourt's Island Real Estate. The buck stops here for all your real estate needs. Feel free to like or subscribe to this channel. I can be reached at 808-371-3509. Aloha and have a great day.